Have you ever heard of George Cook? Probably not. But you about to meet a man who could have made fishing a whole lot easier for you, or at least for your granddad. Cook, born in 1818 in Handover, New Jersey, was a foundational black American who saw an opportunity to blend the world of technology with a hobby as old as time. He didn't just sit by the water with a rod, hoping for the best. No, he saw an opportunity to make fishing a whole lot more efficient. And with that, he invented the auto fishing device. Sounds like something out of futuristic sci-fi movie, right? But nope, it's a real piece of history that changed the game for anglers everywhere. Born into a family with deep roots in America, his ancestors had been here since 1640. Cook's background reflects the resilience and ingenuity that had been passed down through generations of FBA families. His story wasn't just about overcoming adversity. It was about creating something that would change the game. While others simply fishing with basic gear, Cook had bigger ideas. He was an inventor at heart, and he wanted to simplify the process for everyone. George Cook wasn't born with a silver spoon on his plate, but he had something even more valuable: curiosity and a knack for inventing. After moving to Louisville, Kentucky, he spent his time doing what a lot of people did back then, getting his hands dirty with different trades and interests. But while most people were probably content fishing the old-fashioned way, Cook was thinking, what if I could make this whole process easier? What if I could create a fishing device that does the work for you? And that's exactly what he did. In 1899, Cook patented an automatic fishing device that would change fishing forever. It wasn't just any gadget either. This was an apparatus designed to make catching fish a whole lot less tedious. The device had a trip lever that could detect when a fish bite the hook. And when the fish tugged at the line, the lever would set off a spring-loaded carriage, reeling in the fish automatically. It even had an alarm gong that rang when you had a catch, saving you from staring at lifeless bobbers for hours. Now, you might be wondering, why didn't we all end up with one of these? Well, sometimes even the best inventions get lost in the shuffles of history. While Cook's device was a marvel of its time, it didn't quite catch on in the mainstream. Probably because the whole fishing is about the thrill thing didn't exactly vibe with automated technology back then. But in reality, George Cook had created something that could have revolutionized fishing as we know it. Just imagine sitting back, sipping on some lemonade, and letting the machine reel in the big one. Sounds too good to be true, right? It's easy to forget how much FBA inventors have contributed to shaping our modern world. The devices we use today, even in something as simple as fishing, was once the result of bold, innovative ideas. While Cook's fishing device may not have become a household name, it definitely deserved recognition. His invention was ahead of its time, blending the world of machinery with the patience of fishing. It may not have gone down in history as one of the big tech inventions, but for anyone who's ever spent hours waiting for that fish to bite, Cook's device was nothing short of genius. At the end of the day, George Cook may not have been remembered as a household name, but his inventive spirit lived on. His automated fishing device wasn't just a tool, it was a glimpse into the future of how technology and leisure could blend together. If only he lived to see a world with smart fishing rods and automatic reels. Cook, the man who wanted to make fishing as easy as sitting back and relaxing, may not have had the fame he deserved, but he surely had the vision. As we dig deeper into George Cook's life, it's clear that he wasn't just your run-of-the-mill inventor. He had a vision that went beyond fishing. While his automatic fishing device might have been his crowning achievement, Cook had the mindset of someone who saw the potential to merge technology with everyday life, making people's routine easier, more efficient, and maybe even a little more enjoyable. But what really stands out about Cook's journey was his ability to blend the mechanical with the practical. The late 19th century was a time of industrial progress, and innovations were changing how people work, live, and entertain themselves. From steam engines to the first automobiles, the world was seeing a new wave of technology. In that environment, Cook's device seemed like the perfect fit for an era that was ready for more convenience. He tapped into the very essence of that transition by making something as old as fishing feel new, slick, and modern. Cook didn't just create a machine that took the struggle out of fishing. He solved the problem that all fishermen had to face: the long, quiet hours of waiting. That's right, waiting for that exclusive tug on that line. It's the one thing no one tells you about fishing. It's a lot of patience, sometimes even hours of nothing, and then maybe, just maybe, a fish at the end of all that. Cook's innovation promised to take away that frustration, allowing the fishermen to focus on other things, whether it was taking a nap, reading a book, or just enjoying the outdoors without the constant watchful eye on a barber. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Cook's device wasn't just about saving time or making fishing easier. It was also a testament to his ingenuity and ability to think outside the box. The mechanical parts of the device were very sophisticated for the time, while others were still figuring out how to build more practical devices. Cook was out here making something that actually did what it was meant to do. It wasn't a half-baked idea. It was a well-thought-out, functioning tool that could have changed the fishing game entirely. In a way, Cook was like the Steve Jobs of his time, taking a humble hobby and turning it into something that could revolutionize the industry, all with a spark of genius and a little elbow grease. And then there's the fact that Cook was ahead of his time in recognizing the growing role of leisure and recreation in an era that was rapidly industrializing, where everything was about efficiency and output. Cook understood that people wanted more than just utilities from their tools. They wanted enjoyment. His device was more than just functional. It was an invitation to relax and enjoy the process rather than toil away at it. In a sense, he was one of the first to blend technology with leisure in the way we see it today, where even our gadgets are designed for fun, not just functioning. Now, while Cook may not have made his mark in the way he had hoped, we can't ignore the influence his idea may have had in the broader world of inventions. In the years that followed, fishing technology did advance, and many of the automatic devices we see today owe something to pioneers like Cook. While he didn't have the worldwide impact of other inventors of his time, his contributions to the world of fishing technology was far from trivial. It served as an early example of how innovation could intersect with recreation and enjoyment, and it laid the groundwork for future achievements. What's more, George Cook's story is a reflection of the narrative of foundational Black American resilience. While many were still grappling with the weight of systematic barriers and racial injustice, Cook kept pushing forward, driven by the belief that his ideas could make a difference. He showed the world that innovation doesn't come from waiting for someone else to change things for you. It comes from rolling up your sleeves and building the future you want to see. George Cook is a reminder that sometimes the most groundbreaking ideas don't always get the credit they deserve, but that doesn't mean they weren't important. Cook's legacy lives on in every gadget, a device that seeks to make life easier, whether it's in the world of fishing or beyond. So next time you out there by the lake or the river, enjoying the quiet of a fishing trip, take a moment to think about the man almost a century ago envisioned a world where the fish would reel themselves in. The foundational Black American family, love, a FBA ancestor brother, George Cook. If you made it to the end, you already know one thing for sure. FBA Stoic, appreciate your patience. Be on the lookout for the documentary on the FBA lineage. It's gonna be on from my family tree, and it's gonna be tough. Until the next time, peace, foundational Black American family, and y'all already know I'ma catch y'all in the next one.